Welcome back. The South African government today criticized the Nigerian government for its decision to recall its ambassador over the xenophobic attacks in the country. The government of South Africa says it is unfortunate and regrettable that a sister country like Nigeria will take such an action even when it is clear that the government of South Africa is taking steps to stop the attacks on sovereign nationals. At least 7 people have died over a month of attacks on foreigners and foreign-owned property in South Africa. Zulu King Gubilweltini has been blamed for sparking the attacks with comments about foreign workers. And now to the arts. The Fringe is an exhibition by Olu Amoda at Art 24 Gallery in Lagos. This artist turns waste to wealth as he finds a way to create substance out of discarded objects. Our review tonight is taking a look at how he's been able to do all of these with these materials.
Reusing discarded materials is becoming a forte for the 1983 graduate from the Auchi Polytechnic, Edo State. Every time he exhibits, he tries to reinvent this style by introducing some items that may appear a bit odd to the audience.
So this is the work that he's done over the last 2 years in between the first exhibition. And he's really exploring new ways of working, new themes. He's looking at issues of surveillance, voyeurism, questioning issues of private space and public space. And he's also working in a lot larger scale. So it's exciting to see how his work has developed over the last 2 years.
Work such as sunflower is like a metaphor. The soft, beautiful plant is interpreted with steel and metal, rather hard considering the nature of the subject. For art enthusiasts, this is the perfect example of how a frog can be transformed into a handsome prince in the face of multiple contrasting elements such as nails and spoons, which he's used in achieving this.
He's somebody, I think, whose work needs breathing room to be appreciated, and I felt like this was the perfect space for his artworks, and he agreed, so we've been working together ever since.
The artist is not here to explain the complexities in the other works, but the curator does the honors.
I find it very exciting to see what he's done over the last 2 years because he's working in a lot of different ways. He's working in installations, which he hadn't done in the past, and he's also working in a lot bigger sizes. And I think it's also interesting to see how he makes works that are so different, you know, in painting and sculpture and installation, but they all speak to the same ideas and then they inform each other.
Amoda's work can be found in many local and international collections, including the Didi Museum in Lagos, Nigeria, and the New Art Museum in the US, amongst others.
In sports teams, the Vast Cricket Academy have identified grassroots development as a basic requirement for the growth of sports in Nigeria. At the high performance program in Lagos, kids from secondary schools were taught the basics of cricket. Our sports correspondent Austin Okunapan has the report.
A good show of love for cricket by students, coaches and supporters of the Vast Academy. These kids have shown interest to play cricket, and the Vast Academy, working together with the Lagos State Cricket Association, have organized a high-performance program for players under the ages of 10 to 18. Under the guidance of ex-internationals who are now coaches, these youngsters from different schools in Lagos are being prepped for the future.
It's important we forge a relationship with their parents, most importantly their school, and so we're also interested in how they do academically. And once we are sure they're doing well in school, of course their parents will want them to stay around people that also have interest in their education.
Honestly, this is what we need to do right now for our game to develop so much. We take it to develop to the grassroots so that we can develop more of these guys.
Now let's take a peek into the future of Nigerian cricket. Meet Real One Abdul Khalib. He is just 10 years old. Take a closer look and feel his passion for the sport. And with this sort of enthusiasm, Real One is already winning.
I like to play cricket because it helps somebody. It helps our power to increase it.
The basic reason for this program is to correct some basic things which will help us to be a better cricketer in life and the future.
Cricket is a technical sport that requires good use of intelligence, particularly in bowling and batting. To get it right, grassroots development cannot be ignored.
Cricket in Nigeria has also seen the need to go back to the grassroots because that is the home of development. You see these kids swinging the bat and throwing the balls, and as simple as it may seem, they are already preparing themselves towards becoming future champions in the sports. Austin Okonakpan reporting for Channels Television News.
In the English Premier League, Everton earlier today defeated Manchester United 3-0 at Goodison Park to record their 5th win in 6 games. The home team were leading 2-0 at the break after strikes by James McCarthy and John Stones. Kevin Morales beat the offside trap to score with 16 minutes remaining. Roberto Martinez's men moved up to 10th on the table while United remain in 4th. League leaders Chelsea edged closer to clinching the title after a goalless draw at Arsenal. There were contentious penalty claims at both ends, with Oscar and Cesc Fabregas both failed in the box, while Gary Cahill blocked Santi Cazorla's shot with his arm in Chelsea's penalty box. Away from sports, Nepal has established 10 sophisticated to the hundreds rendered homeless by the 7.8 magnitude earthquake that hit on Saturday. As many as 2,500 people have been killed, including tourists and fun seekers around the Mount Everest, killing at least 17 people there and injuring 61 others. The earthquake triggered powerful aftershocks reaching as far as India and Bangladesh, causing people to run for open ground in the city. In the meantime, rescue and aid have begun arriving to relieve the situation, and today they continue their efforts to dig victims out from under the rubble of collapsed buildings in the Nepalese capital, Kathmandu. The Red Cross says it is concerned about the fate of villages near the epicenter of the quake, which is 80 kilometers from Kathmandu. Protests against Burundian President Pierre Nkurunziza's third-term bid have turned violent, leaving 2 people dead. Many have been on the streets today against a ban to express their displeasure with the decision. Angry protesters today threw rocks and lit tires, while the police responded with tear gas, water cannon and live ammunition, and also blocking access to the center of the capital. Police have also threatened to shut down a private radio station unless it stops live broadcasts of the protest. President Nkurunziza promised soon after nomination by the ruling party that he would call people to go to the election in peace, but that those who wanted to create problems would find themselves in trouble. The country's constitution only allows for 2 terms for a president, but Nkurunziza's supporters say he is eligible for another term, as he was appointed by Parliament in 2005. And the main news again. INEC has concluded the 2015 governorship elections nationwide with the announcement of results in Abia, Imo and Taraba state polls. Okezi Ikpeazu, the PDP candidates in Abia, Rochester Okorocha of the APC in Imo, and PDP's Darius Ishaku in Taraba emerged winners after results were declared. The President-elect Muhammadu Buhari has vowed to probe the missing $20 billion NNPC funds when he takes over the reins of government. And the South African government has expressed anger over the decision of Nigeria to recall its ambassador from South Africa, says action is regrettable. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.